Hello Virgo, welcome to this reading. My name is Zane and we are going to be taking a look at the career and finance energy for the sign of Virgo for the month of October. Now Virgo, do keep in mind that this is a general reading, so take the messages as they resonate, drop the ones that do not, and also check out your sun, moon, and rising signs. Virgo, I am not offering personal readings, and I will not be offering personal readings for the foreseeable future. So if you get a message from somebody, that is not me. That is someone impersonating me, and they are trying to take your money. So please do stay alert. There have been a number of scammers going around recently. I also do daily content on my Instagram, so if that's your thing, definitely give me a follow there. But with all of that said, let's go ahead and get into this reading. This message resonates, please do consider hitting that like button so other people can see the video. Subscribe for future updates and drop a comment. Let me know what you think. All right, also want to say very grateful to the people donating down below. Thank you so much for your support. I really appreciate it. So for these career and finance, I like to do a 5-card spread, and I always take 3 cards here to clarify as we go along. So let me just make sure everything is in view, and we'll get right into it here. All right. Energy on the bottom, you have the Page of Cups. So this is somebody who is potentially coming forward, offering out their cup to you. And so this card is heavily associated with romantic offers, but since we are talking about career and finance, the way that I like to read the Page of Cups is this is happiness arriving in your life in some way. This is typically coming in the form of news or an offer. So it could mean that you get news that you are accepted into a school, or you are, getting that grant money or that loan, or you finally get that job, right? Because this can be an offer that makes you happy. The other way of looking at the Page of Cups is heavily associated with creative ventures. Anything to do with creativity, sharing anything like that, projects, something that you're excited to do, something that makes you happy, anything like that. So let's go ahead and put that right here, and we'll see how it comes back into play as we go along. So taking a look here, you have some roadblocks, but nothing, as I always like to do, I like to look at the positive message of every reading, and there's some really good things here. So right away in the middle, you have the 8 of Cups. This is your sort of overall message for this month for career and finance. It looks like you are going to be walking away from a disappointing situation, okay? So the 8 of Cups for me is a card that I really like. It's a card of empowerment. It is somebody who is letting go of the disappointments, the hardships, the things that make them sad, and the toxicity of the past, and they let them go. They have their back towards those sorts of things. And instead, what they're about to do is embark on a journey towards the 9 of Cups, which is the fulfillment of a wish. And so for you, it's like what may be doing is you're dropping your old cups in pursuit of a new one here that comes with this Page of Cups. And that's what I feel like is going on. So I feel like there's some empowerment coming in here for you this month. Now, at the beginning of the month, first week of the month, you have the 7 of Swords, someone potentially backstabbing you here. I would say just a warning right away. As soon as I pulled this, I felt like be careful of gossip, okay? Be careful of people trying to undermine you this month in the career. I don't want to strike fear, but if you're in a chatty office, or like you just know that about your office, I would just, or whoever you work with or whatever, I would just say to be careful about that, especially because the card next to it is the King of Cups. Now this person is good with emotions, but if you flip it around, the King, and since you have it negatively aspected here with the 7 of Swords, this person can use emotions to manipulate because they are emotionally intelligent. And remember, it goes both ways with somebody with this high EQ with the King of Cups. So keep that in mind. I would say, make sure that you are 100% sure that you are trusting the person you are spilling the beans to this month, Virgo, as it relates to career, financial, material situations. Especially because we are in a Mercury retrograde for like until October 18th. So pretty much the majority of the month, we're in a retrograde period. And so I would just, it's very easy to let communication get messy in those periods of time, okay? So we've talked about here, you have this Eight of Cups as your sort of overall, you're taking an empowered step forward. Towards the back half of the month here, third week, you have the Death card. Now, another feared moment in the tarot, this is really just telling you that there's a transformation going on, okay? The Death card is less about death and dying, and it's more about taking something and transforming it into something else for you, because it is the sign of Scorpio, okay? And so it's not a small transformation, it's a major one. And it's something coming in and changing for your life. And typically, while it may be painful, while it may be challenging with that card, it's actually always a blessing, because the card that's next to it, the card that comes after it, is the Temperance card, which is a turnaround. It's a period of healing. It's a period of, balance and moderation. And for you, just keep that in mind if you're dealing with things changing in your career situation. Keep that in mind. There could be a leadership change here going on for some of you with the King of Cups, maybe getting a new boss, maybe something like that. Now you have, to wrap out the end of the month here, you have the Eight of Swords. Look, fear, self-imposed restrictions. You can see this person is blindfolded. They're in a sword imprisonment. And the thing is, these swords were placed there by yourself. Okay, the swords here are their own thing, because each sword represents a thought. And so it talks about self-imposed restrictions and self-imposed fears getting in the way. And so for you, it's like for me, it's coming back to communication for you with the Seven and the Eight of Swords. Let's go ahead and pull these clarifiers here and see what we get. Okay, look, you have the Six of Wands. Definitely really like to see that when we have a challenging sort of first start of the reading. Six of Wands is a major victory. It is the second victory in the suit of Wands. And so it says you've done the research, you've had small wins, you've built a foundation, you've worked through the conflict, and now you are being given some sort of win here. And so it's definitely a nice card to get. You have the Page of Wands, multiple offers coming in, pages and 2 pages, Cups and Wands. Page of Wands is typically the job offer card, because Wands is the suit of enterprise. It can also mean good news generally coming in. So Page of Cups, happy news, this is good news coming in. And it can also represent some sort of like download or information coming in to you. When you're doing the dishes, or you're on a walk, or you're doing laundry, or you're doing whatever, having some sort of divinely guided sort of like inspiration that comes in, and that could be the offer as well from the universe. And then here you have as well, you have the Queen of Pentacles, somebody who's practical, okay? Somebody who's ready to dig in, get their hands dirty, and do the work, and not somebody who's going to gossip, okay? This is a mature, hardworking, dependable person who makes practical choices, the Queen of Pentacles. And that's what I see you doing. This could also signify a Virgo, it could be any earth sign here. However, I feel like what's going on here is you're ready to roll with the changes with the Death card. I also want to point out, I talked about how the King of Cups is somebody potentially emotionally manipulating. This person's also sitting in shaky water, okay, or unstable water is what I'm trying to say. And so it indicates potentially weathering emotional storms, because water is connected to emotions in tarot. But let's go ahead and start to clarify this even more. Now, if you're enjoying this video so far, please do hit that like button and subscribe. It really does help my channel grow, helps get the word out and spread the message to others. There's also a bell below this video. If you click that bell, you will never miss an update from me. And lastly, Virgo, I really appreciate you being here. Thank you for spending your time with me, and I hope things are going well for you. So let's see what we get here for you, Virgo. I like to let these sort of fall out in these readings. Okay, Five of Swords, conflict and defeat. Can we get some additional messages for Virgo here? Okay, so we have partnerships and alliances. All right, let me get into what I feel like is coming there. And then we have fertility, which is the Empress. That's a major card of abundance. And the Nine of Swords. So we have communication. Swords is the suit of communication. Okay, it's the suit of logic and mental clarity and communication, using thought, using logic, anything like that. And so we have 7, 8, 9 of swords. We also have the 5. All right. And so something around communication this month as it relates to your job. You could be presenting something, but actually what I think is going on here, you have this 3 of Wands, which in this Oracle deck is perfect for this reading because it's partnerships and alliances. Be certain that you know that the person you're talking to does not have an agenda. Be very certain of that, okay? I never like to strike fear, but that's what's coming in, and it's coming around these 2 7 of Swords, King of Cups situation where I read that as manipulator. So let's see what else we have here. Okay, root chakra. This is all about your stability in the world, your financial stability. The base chakra, the root chakra is, if you know about the Maslow's hierarchy of needs, it's your ability to provide food, shelter, water. It's the root level and the basics, what I should say is the necessities. And so for some of you, there's something here. It's also associated with anxiety and needing to ground yourself. So I would say to just, double down on doing some sort of, grounding practice, do something. I would definitely take a look at, be careful about, for some things you can't hit unsend on, all right? You can't, you might want to reread before you hit the send button, okay? Is what I'm trying to say here. Now, hope is the star, which means for me that this situation is going to work out. There could be someone undermining you because you're probably doing well in something. That typically comes in when people are jealous or upset that you are doing well. And then you also, like I wanted to say here, you have this Empress card, which is fertility and abundance and a harvest. So definitely some good things, especially the Great Fortune, wealthy man, love to see that, courtship, thoughts, and family room. Okay, so very clear here that this is going to work out. You have 2 amazing cards, especially for a career and financial reading with Great Fortune. This is the best card in this Kipper deck. It says a positive change in your material situation, maybe even money coming to you in some way. And the thing is with wealthy man, don't get hung up on the gender with this card. This is just somebody who is having investments paying off. They're standing at the end of a successful trading day. So if you've made an investment, if you've done something like that, it's a really nice sign for that sort of situation here. Courtship and transformation. You're going to realize that someone is trying really hard to get some information. I feel like you have their number, okay? I feel like you have their number. I would keep your thoughts in check here. Keep your thoughts towards abundance with the fertility and the Great Fortune card, and the 6 of Wands with the Page of Wands, and the root chakra. Do not be careful. Whatever you do, be very careful of not trending those thoughts towards scarcity mindset at this time with the root chakra, the base chakra showing up. And some of you are just like, I feel like since we only have 1 card here indicating family, I almost feel like some of you are just having like a stable family situation to rely on to help you at this time. I feel like the majority of these issues are relating to workplace and like things relating to your career, where it's something around communication. So thank you so much for being here. If you enjoyed this, hit that like button, subscribe, check out my website, zaneintuitive.com. I'll see you in the next one.